Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the hidden treasures buried in your pocket change and coin collections. Today, we are diving deep into the story of one of the most fascinating and sought-after coins in American numismatic history, the 1970 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. You may be shocked to learn that this humble 1-cent piece, if it meets the right conditions, can be worth as much as $69,904 in today's market. Yes, you heard that correctly. A penny that's worth nearly $70,000. Let's begin with the background of the coin itself. The Lincoln 1-cent penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It replaced the Indian head cent, becoming the first United States coin to feature the likeness of an actual historical person. The obverse of the penny, designed by Victor David Brenner, features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. This design has remained largely unchanged for over a century, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. Now let's fast forward to the year 1970. The United States was experiencing cultural shifts, economic pressures, and political turbulence. During this time, the U.S. Mint was producing pennies in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins minted in Denver carry a D mint mark, those from San Francisco have an S, and coins from Philadelphia traditionally have no mint mark at all. That's where our story really begins. The 1970 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. At first glance, it may appear to be just another old penny. But coin experts and collectors know that there are several varieties and error coins from this year that can command high premiums. One of the most valuable varieties is the 1970 no-mint Mark penny with a doubled die obverse. This means that during the minting process, the die used to strike the coin had a slight misalignment, causing elements of the design, such as the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile, to appear doubled. This type of minting error is highly desirable among collectors. What makes the 1970 no-mint Mark penny even more special is its rarity in pristine condition. Most of the pennies produced in 1970 have been in circulation for decades, suffering wear and damage from everyday use. But if you happen to come across a coin that has been preserved in mint state condition, particularly one that shows doubling on the obverse or reverse, you could be looking at a small fortune. The highest recorded sale of a 1970 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny in gem uncirculated condition with notable doubling reached a staggering $69,904 at auction. This incredible value was driven by the coin's rarity, grade, and demand from serious collectors. Now let's break down what to look for if you believe you have a valuable 1970 no-mint Mark penny. First, examine the date under magnification. Look closely at the numbers 1970. If you notice any signs of doubling, such as a shadow or echo of the numbers, you may have a double die error. Also check the lettering in the words Liberty and In God We Trust. These areas are also common locations for noticeable doubling. Next, consider the condition of the coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin with no blemishes or flaws under magnification. Coins that are graded mint state 65 or higher are particularly valuable. If your coin is uncirculated, has strong luster, and shows no signs of wear or contact marks, you may be in possession of a high-grade example. The final factor that determines value is demand. Coins like the 1970 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny with doubling errors are actively sought after by collectors across the globe. Their rarity and uniqueness make them prized additions to coin collections. When one appears in the marketplace, it often sparks fierce bidding and high prices, especially if the coin has been authenticated and graded by a reputable coin grading service such as PCGS or NGC.so. What should you do if you believe you have a valuable 1970 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny in your collection? First, handle the coin with care. Avoid cleaning it, as this can damage the surface and reduce its value. Use gloves or hold the coin by its edges to avoid adding fingerprints. Next, consider having the coin professionally graded and authenticated. This will not only confirm whether the coin is genuine and valuable, but also give you an official grade that can increase buyer confidence if you choose to sell it. If you are looking to sell your coin, there are several options available. You can list it through reputable online auction platforms, submit it to coin shows, or reach out to certified dealers who specialize in rare U.S. coins. Be sure to do your research and compare offers to ensure you are getting the best possible return for your treasure. In conclusion, the 1970 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is more than just spare change. It is a hidden gem that combines history, rarity, and value. With the right features and in top condition, this little copper coin could be worth $69,904 or more. Always keep an eye out when going through your pocket change or coin jar. You never know when you might stumble upon a fortune in the form of a forgotten penny. Thank you for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories about rare coins worth big money. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. And as always, happy collecting and good luck hunting for your own piece of American coin history. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the most valuable and rare coins that could be sitting in your pocket change. In today's video, we're going deep into the fascinating story and incredible value of the 1972 mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. This seemingly ordinary coin from over 5 decades ago is now making headlines in the world of coin collectors and numismatists. Believe it or not, one of these coins recently sold for an astonishing $73,963. So how did a humble penny from 1972 become worth that much money? Stay with me as we dive into the full history, hidden details, rare varieties, and the current booming market value of this amazing coin. Let's start by taking a step back into American history. The year was 1972. Richard Nixon was President of the United States. The Vietnam War was ongoing, the Watergate scandal was just beginning to unfold, and Americans were still recovering from the economic shock of the late 1960s. Amid all this turmoil, the United States Mint was continuing to produce billions of coins for everyday commerce. Among these were the Lincoln 1-cent pennies, which had been in circulation since 1909 when they were first introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The design was created by Victor David Brenner and remained largely unchanged for decades. Now in 1972, the Denver Mint produced a massive number of pennies, over 2.6 billion to be exact. These coins bear the D mint mark just below the date on the obverse, or front, of the coin. The obverse also features the iconic right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse of the coin displays the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to replace the earlier wheat ears design. From a first glance, there's nothing seemingly special about the 1972 D penny. But here's where things get interesting. While most 1972 D pennies were mass-produced and are still worth only face value today, a small number of these coins were struck with extraordinary quality, or under unique minting conditions. Some contain rare errors or are in pristine uncirculated condition with nearly perfect surfaces and sharp details. These are the coins that collectors go crazy over. The rarest and most valuable examples can sell for thousands and even tens of thousands of dollars. Now let's talk about the most famous variety connected to the 1972 Lincoln penny, the doubled die obverse. This rare error is usually found on coins minted in Philadelphia without a mint mark, but many collectors often look for doubling errors on Denver Mint coins as well. Although the 1972 D double-die pennies are extremely rare, if you do come across one, it could be worth a small fortune. So what exactly is a double-die error? This type of minting error occurs during the coin's die creation process when the die receives a misaligned second impression. When a coin is then struck with this faulty die, it results in noticeable doubling of the images and lettering on the coin. On a 1972 D Lincoln penny, if you see strong doubling on the word Liberty, the motto, In God We Trust, or the date 1972, then congratulations, you might have a valuable double-die penny on your hands. Even without the double-die error, certain 1972 D pennies have still fetched massive prices at auctions. The key factor? Condition. Coins that have been graded by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC as mint state 67 or higher are extremely rare and desirable. A flawless coin with strong luster, clean surfaces, and zero handling marks is what every collector dreams of. In fact, one such 1972 D Lincoln penny graded MS-67 red sold for an eye-watering $73,963. So what can you do if you want to check your own change or coin collection for this valuable penny? First, take a close look at any 1972 D pennies you may have. Use a magnifying glass or a coin loupe to inspect the details. Look for signs of doubling, especially in the lettering and date. Check the condition carefully. The less wear and the more shine, the better. If you think you have a high-grade coin or spot a potential error, it's worth sending it to a reputable coin grading company for authentication and certification. Another important factor to remember is that the color of the coin also plays a big role in its value. Coins are often categorized as brown, red-brown, or red. The more red the coin is, the more desirable it becomes. That's because a red coin shows it has been preserved very well, maintaining its original coppery brilliance. A red 1972 D penny in pristine mint state condition is what sold for nearly $74,000. You might be asking, why would anyone pay such a high price for a penny? The answer lies in rarity, historical importance, and collector demand. Coin collectors are always looking to complete their collections, and when a coin in superb condition is extremely rare, they're willing to pay top dollar. And for a coin like the 1972 D penny, which was not expected to be rare, finding one in exceptional quality is a challenge. That's why collectors are ready to shell out big money for one. In conclusion, the 1972 D Lincoln 1-cent penny is not just another coin from the past. It is a treasure hidden in plain sight. Whether it's a rare double die error, an exceptionally preserved specimen, or a red-colored high-grade coin, this penny has the potential to change your financial future. One small coin, one huge value. So go check your old jars, search through your drawers, and look through your coin collections. You never know, you might be holding a fortune worth over $73,000 in the palm of your hand. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories about rare and valuable coins, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below if you think you might have a 1972 D penny or if you've ever found a valuable coin in your change. Until next time, happy collecting and may you find that rare gem hiding in your pocket. Welcome back to another exciting and eye-opening episode where we uncover the hidden treasures of American coinage that could be hiding in your pocket change, jar of old coins, or even your childhood piggy bank. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating history, striking rarity, and unbelievable current market value of a particular coin that has taken the collector's world by storm, the legendary 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, which has recently shocked experts by reaching a staggering market value of $76,899. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, just 1 cent in face value, now valued at more than $76,000. But how did this humble coin come to be worth such an astonishing amount? What makes the 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so desirable and sought after? And most importantly, how can you identify if you're holding on to one of these extremely rare and valuable coins? Let's begin our journey by looking at the historical context. The 1973 Lincoln 1-cent penny was part of the ongoing Lincoln Cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin features the iconic portrait of Lincoln that we all recognize today. This design marked the first time a real person, let alone a president, appeared on regular U.S. coinage. The reverse side in 1973 still featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been introduced in 1959 to replace the original wheat ears reverse. In 1973, the United States Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents. These coins were struck at 3 major minting facilities: the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. The coins struck in Denver carry a small D mint mark, the ones from San Francisco carry an S mint mark, while coins struck in Philadelphia typically bear no mint mark at all. That's right. The absence of a mint mark on a 1973 Lincoln penny indicates it was struck in Philadelphia. So, if the 1973 no mint mark penny was struck in the billions by the Philadelphia Mint, what makes one of these pennies worth more than $76,000? What separates a common coin from a record-breaking rarity? The answer lies in the extreme rarity of certain error varieties and the coin's flawless condition. You see, among the billions of 1973 no mint mark Lincoln cents minted, a tiny fraction were struck with highly unusual and collectible errors. These errors include dramatic double die obverse, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and even coins struck on the wrong metal planchets. But perhaps the most valuable and rare of all are the double die obverse versions. These are coins where the image on the obverse, including Lincoln's face, the date, and the words "In God We Trust, Liberty," and 1973, appear double due to a misalignment during the die creation process. When such errors are struck on flawless, lustrous, uncirculated planchets and preserved for decades in pristine condition, especially at grades like MS-67 or higher, their value in the collector's market skyrockets. One such example of a 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny, featuring a strong double die and graded at the top end of the mint state scale, recently sold at auction for an unbelievable $76,899. This sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic community and reignited interest in examining old change for potential treasures. Coin collectors and enthusiasts everywhere began rechecking their 1973 Lincoln pennies, hoping to find that one exceptional piece with doubling, a rare strike error, or an unusually perfect mint state shine. Now, let's talk about how you can identify and potentially profit from a valuable 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny. First, grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and carefully examine the obverse of the coin. Look for signs of doubling on the lettering, especially on "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Next, check the date. Is the number 3 in 1973 slightly offset or appears to be shadowed? This could be an indication of a double die variety. Also, inspect the surface of the coin. Does it have full original luster with no signs of wear, scratches, or damage? A coin with minimal or no wear and brilliant shine may grade in the upper mint state range, significantly increasing its value. It is also important to weigh the coin. A standard 1973 Lincoln penny should weigh about 3.11 grams because it was still being struck in a bronze alloy composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. If your coin weighs significantly less or more, it might have been struck on the wrong planchet, another valuable error that collectors love. If you believe you have a coin with doubling, an unusual weight, or a flawless surface, your next step should be to get it authenticated and graded by a reputable third-party grading service like PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Company. A coin that receives a high grade from either of these services can be worth a small fortune, as grading ensures authenticity and helps determine its exact value in the collector's market. So, what is the current market value of the most exceptional known 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny? At the time of this recording, the top graded specimen, featuring a dramatic double die error and certified at mint state 67 read by a top grading service, was sold for $76,899. That's more than most people's yearly income, and it came from a single penny that could easily have been spent on gum or dropped on the sidewalk unnoticed. It's incredible to think that ordinary coins like the 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny, which millions of Americans have seen, handled, and spent over the years, could be worth thousands, or even tens of thousands, under the right circumstances. This is why it's so important to look closely at your coins before you toss them into a coin jar or spend them without a second thought. In summary, the 1973 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny may appear common at first glance, but certain rare varieties and flawless specimens have become incredibly valuable to collectors. With the right combination of rarity, error, and high-grade condition, this 1-cent coin has sold for an eye-watering $76,899. Whether you're a casual collector, an enthusiastic treasure hunter, or just someone curious about what might be hiding in your pocket change, now is the perfect time to start looking. Who knows, your penny might be worth a fortune. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins that could be sitting right under your nose, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below if you've ever found an unusual penny or coin that turned out to be valuable. We love hearing your stories. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and remember, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a lot more than 1 cent. Welcome back to our channel where we explore the world of rare and valuable coins that could be sitting in your pocket change right now. In today's video, we are diving deep into the story behind a truly remarkable and highly collectible coin, the 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. This coin may look like any ordinary penny at first glance, but some of these rare specimens have shocked collectors and coin experts alike by being sold for an incredible price of $42,498 in today's market. So, what makes the 1974 Lincoln cent without a mint mark so special? Why are collectors willing to pay such a high price for this coin? Stay tuned as we take you through the full history, design details, minting process, rarity factors, and everything else you need to know about the 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that could be worth a fortune. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln 1-cent coin, often simply called the Lincoln penny, was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first United States coin to feature the image of a real historical figure, and its design was crafted by Victor David Brenner. On the obverse or front side of the coin, we see a right-facing bust of President Lincoln, a design that has remained consistent for over a century. On the reverse, the original design featured 2 wheat stalks, known as wheat ears, which was later replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. The Lincoln Memorial design continued to appear on the reverse of the penny until 2008. Now, let's zoom into the year 1974. This was an interesting period in U.S. minting history. The country was facing rising costs in copper, which led the U.S. Mint to experiment with alternative materials for coinage. While the majority of 1974 pennies were struck in the usual 95% copper and 5% zinc composition, there were also experimental aluminum cents made that year, although they were never officially released to the public. But even among the regular copper cents, some varieties and errors have become extremely valuable to collectors. The 1974 Lincoln penny was struck at 3 different mints. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins without any mint mark. The Denver Mint used the D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint used the S mint mark, primarily for proof coins. The coin we are focusing on today is the one that was minted in Philadelphia, the 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Although hundreds of millions of these coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, certain factors can make a specific coin extremely rare and valuable. One such factor is condition. Coins that have been preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition with no wear or handling damage are far more valuable. If a coin is graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC and receives a high grade such as MS67 or MS68, its value can increase exponentially. For example, a 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny in average circulated condition might only be worth a few cents, but one that is in top-notch mint state condition can sell for thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. Another key factor that increases a coin's value is the presence of mint errors or die varieties. In the case of the 1974 no-mint Mark penny, collectors have discovered examples with doubling on the obverse lettering or Lincoln's profile. These doubled die varieties are highly sought after. Additionally, coins that have off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or other dramatic errors are also very collectible. Some 1974 Lincoln pennies have shown strong doubling in the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, which significantly boosts their value. But how did one of these 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln pennies end up being worth $42,498? According to auction records, a coin from this year and mint with no mark, but preserved in flawless condition and displaying rich red copper luster with minimal contact marks, fetched that incredible price in a high-profile sale. The coin had been professionally graded MS68 red, which is among the highest possible grades for a penny of that era. Such coins are exceptionally rare, as most pennies from that time were used in circulation and show significant wear. Collectors value coins not just for their metal content, but for their historical significance, eye appeal, scarcity, and condition. The 1974 no-mint mark penny hits all these points when found in top-grade condition or with unique mint errors. The high price tag reflects not just the coin itself but the fierce demand from collectors competing to own a flawless example. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable 1974 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies? First, check the date. It should clearly read 1974 with no mint mark below the date. Second, examine the coin's color and luster. A bright red or red-brown tone suggests it has been well preserved. Third, inspect the coin for signs of doubling or other unusual characteristics. If you think your coin could be rare or in excellent condition, it's worth having it appraised or graded by a professional coin grading service. Let's also talk about what to do if you think you own a valuable penny. First, handle the coin very carefully, preferably using cotton gloves. Never clean the coin, as this can damage it and significantly reduce its value. Store it in a protective holder or flip to prevent any further wear. Take clear photos and consult a trusted coin dealer or grading company like PCGS or NGC. They can help verify authenticity and provide a certified grade, which is essential for determining market value. It's also a good idea to research recent auction sales of similar coins. Sites like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and eBay can offer insights into what collectors are currently paying for coins like yours. But keep in mind that market value can fluctuate based on trends, rarity, and collector interest. As of now, the highest recorded sale for a 1974 no-mint mark Lincoln penny stands at an impressive $42,498, making it one of the most valuable non-proof Lincoln cents from the 1970s. In summary, the 1974 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny might just be hiding in your coin jar, drawer, or pocket change. If found in pristine condition or with unique errors, it could be worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. This coin is a perfect example of how everyday change can hold hidden treasures and surprising history. Whether you are a casual collector or just curious about coins, it's always worth taking a closer look. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins that could make you rich, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below if you have a 1974 penny, or if you've ever found a rare coin in your change. Until next time, happy collecting and keep searching your change for those hidden gems that could be worth a fortune. Welcome back, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and rare coin lovers from around the world. In today's video, we're diving deep into the fascinating and valuable story of a coin that may be sitting unnoticed in your collection, inside an old coin jar, or even lying quietly in your pocket change. That coin is none other than the 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a copper gem from the past that is currently valued at an incredible $52,773. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1-cent Lincoln penny, minted in 1980 with no mint mark, has reached a market value of over $52,000 due to its rarity, historical background, metal composition, era varieties, and overall condition. So if you have a 1980 penny, make sure to watch this video till the end. You might just discover that you are holding on to a small fortune. Let's begin with the origin and design of the 1980 Lincoln penny. This penny belongs to the iconic Lincoln cent series that was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny was the first United States coin to bear the image of a real person. The obverse or front of the coin proudly features the right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, with the words "In God We Trust" above his head, the word "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1980 to the right. But what sets the no-mint mark version apart is what is missing, the tiny letter under the date. Now let's talk about the no-mint mark feature. In 1980, most pennies were produced at either the Denver Mint, represented by a small D under the date, or the San Francisco Mint, typically used for proof coins and marked with an S. However, coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint during this period did not carry any mint mark at all. That's why if you look at a 1980 penny and do not see a mint mark, that means your coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. While this might seem normal at first, there are specific 1980 no mint mark Lincoln cents that are exceptionally rare and valuable due to their die errors, striking mistakes, and high-grade conditions. One of the biggest reasons a 1980 no mint mark penny can be worth so much money is coin grading. Grading is a process that measures the overall quality of a coin, including how well it was struck, how much wear it shows, how clean the surfaces are, and whether it has any spots or blemishes. The top tier of this scale is MS67 or higher, which stands for mint state. Coins graded MS67, MS68, or even a perfect MS70 can demand staggering prices at auction because they are so incredibly rare to find in perfect condition after over 4 decades of circulation. The coin we are talking about today, the 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny valued at $52,773, is believed to be in nearly perfect condition. Collectors and investors around the world are constantly looking for coins like these to add to their portfolios, and the competition for high-grade pennies has driven prices into the stratosphere. But what exactly makes some of these 1980 no mint mark pennies worth so much more than face value? Let's explore a few key factors. First, there's the copper composition. Pennies minted before mid-1982 were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, making them heavier and more valuable in metal content than their post-1982 counterparts, which are mostly zinc with a thin copper coating. The copper content alone can be worth more than 1 cent, especially when copper prices rise. But it's not just about the metal, it's about the combination of metal, rarity, condition, and mint error. Second, some of the most valuable 1980 no mint mark Lincoln pennies are considered error coins. These errors can include things like double die obverse, where the image or lettering on the front of the coin is duplicated slightly due to a misalignment during the minting process. Another potential error could be off-center strikes, die cracks, or repunched dates. These types of mint errors make coins much rarer and highly desirable to serious collectors. Now, let's talk about the actual market value and recent sales. According to verified auction records and private collectors' transactions, the most valuable 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny ever sold fetched a staggering $52,773. This sale took place during a high-profile numismatic auction where a collector paid a premium price for a coin graded MS68 red. The term red refers to the original red luster of the coin's surface, indicating it has never been circulated and has been perfectly preserved. Red coins are much rarer than red-brown or brown versions, and this color designation can drastically increase a coin's value. So what should you do if you have a 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny? First, examine the coin carefully under bright light or a magnifying glass. Look for signs of high detail, sharp edges, and a glowing red surface. Then check for any visible mint errors like doubled letters, off-center images, or unusual marks. If the coin appears to be in excellent condition, do not clean it. Cleaning a coin can destroy its value instantly. Next, consider sending the coin to a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC for an official grade. If your coin comes back as a high-grade mint state red, especially MS67 or higher, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Even coins graded MS65 red can sell for several hundred to a few $1,000s, depending on market demand and specific visual appeal. And lastly, always stay up to date with current market trends. As more collectors enter the hobby and fewer high-grade examples remain available, the value of these rare 1980 no mint mark Lincoln cents will only increase. Whether you are a beginner or a seasoned collector, this is one coin you don't want to overlook. So there you have it. The 1980 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a tiny piece of copper history that could be worth more than $52,000 today. From its design origins under Victor David Brenner to its Philadelphia minting and rare high-grade discoveries, this coin proves that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins that could be in your possession, Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. Let us know in the comments below if you've ever come across a 1980 no-mint marked penny or any other rare find. We love hearing your stories. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting.